Joe Biden, thank you for that, Rick. Joe Biden plans to staff his administration with corporate lobbyists and establishment swamp creatures. He's quite open about it, unlike Trump or Obama. Biden isn't even pledging to keep lobbyists out of his administration. The incoming administration, allegedly, is widely seen as a return to the pre-Trump status quo, and the media are absolutely giddy about it.
They are deeply experienced, they are humble, and they are lifelong public servants.
What a contrast with the current president's cabinet of dear leaders, dear leader, spouting suck-ups.
I was talking to a Democrat who just said this also felt like the Avengers. It felt like we're being rescued from this craziness that we've all lived through from the last 4 years, and now here are the superheroes to come and save us all.
I can see the restoration of morale and of veteran diplomats and of a focus on diplomacy, not just for public relations, but real diplomacy working around the world.
I was emotional at one point, and I thought to myself, I feel like we've all been in a really bad relationship, and then the next person who calls you back is the greatest man you've ever dated in your whole life.
I'm not sure how dull a life you have to lead to see those guys as superheroes, although John Kerry does like to wear the old buttock-hugging spandex when he's windsurfing off Nantucket. There he goes as Windman, as stiff as a wind turbine, but generating even less power. Other than that, the only comic book guy Tony Blinken resembles is Swamp Thing. Sean Davis is a co-founder of The Federalist who joins us now. Sean, I can't really take a Joe Biden cabinet seriously because the president actually won a couple of victories in Pennsylvania and Nevada today that keep at least some things in play until January. But basically, if you were the American media, wouldn't you at least try to hold the tongue bath until late January?
Well, apparently not. Apparently they just couldn't wait. And I think we're going to be treated to another 4 years like the 8 before Trump, where the media goes and alternates between the tongue bath and the 8-year-long nap. And I think the problem is they actually don't view themselves or their jobs as being providing facts or coverage or reporting. They view their job as cheerleading for left-wing Democrats like Biden, and they don't even try to hide it anymore. It used to be back in the days of Brokaw or Jennings, or rather before he fell apart, that they would at least try and pretend to be objective. They would do a little to kind of hide it, and that's completely gone now. They apparently think they are just beyond reproach. They're so arrogant and confident in their power that they don't even have to hide their complete partisan left-wing bias anymore.
Well, is it arrogance and power, or is it in fact that they're just like into some kinky, submissive bondage and domination thing? Because if you actually think these third-rate swamp creatures are superheroes flying through the sky, you're in a pretty pathetic position.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to argue that these people are anything but delusional. I mean, you look at Jake Sullivan, Biden's pick for national security advisor. This guy was patient zero in the Russian collusion hoax. He was a guy who said, as I think of 2018, you know, I don't have any problems with the Steele dossier. You see that. You see people who are the architects of failure across the Middle East, behind the Arab Spring, behind the disaster in Libya. And they apparently look at the world that Trump has put together now at peace between Israel and Arabs that's unprecedented, and say, you know what, that's bad. We need to get back to the age we had previously created where they're always at war with each other.
Yeah, Trump is the first president in a generation who hasn't said we need boots on the ground in who gives a stand somewhere thousands of miles away. And now we're going back to everything that people voted against.
Right. We're returning to the forever wars, the wars that don't even have a victory plan, let alone an exit strategy. And it's just shocking to see the arrogance of this Washington crowd. Washington, the only city where you can fail time and time again and keep getting promoted. And they look back at their record and they see it and they say, you know what, we definitely deserve to be in power again. Pay no attention to all the countries we screwed up and the thousands of American servicemen and women's lives we've ruined.
Yeah, they did it to Libya. They can do it to you. Thanks a lot, Sean, and happy Thanksgiving.